There is one simple, beautiful truth I want you to remember today. You are energy, and your energy is everything. Everything you attract into your life. Your relationships, your finances, your health, your joy, is responding to the vibration you're sending out. So, when something feels stuck, when something isn't flowing, it isn't the world that must change first, it's your energy. And the good news, you have the power to shift it at any moment. You do not need to chase anything. You do not need to struggle or fight. The transformation you seek begins the very moment you decide to align your energy with love, with peace, with trust, and with joy. Let's take a deep breath together now. Inhale and exhale gently. Do you feel that? That is presence. That is power. That is where the shift begins. Not in changing the outer world, but in coming home to your own inner state. The single shift that changes everything is the shift from fear to trust. It sounds so simple, so small, but within it lies the power to transform your entire life. When you move from fear into trust, you are no longer operating from survival, from resistance, from a clenched heart. You begin to live from a space of softness, flow, and divine connection. And that one shift changes how you think, how you feel, how you speak, and how the world responds to you. Fear is a tight energy. It closes the heart and narrows your vision. It whispers lies like, I'm not enough. I can't have what I want, or life is against me. It tricks you into thinking you have to struggle for love, fight for your place, or compete for happiness. And when you believe those thoughts, your energy becomes rigid. You contract. You disconnect from the very power that creates worlds. But when you begin to trust, something extraordinary happens. Your body relaxes. Your breathing deepens. Your heart opens. You begin to hear the gentle voice of your inner wisdom again. You begin to remember that life is not your enemy. It's your partner. That the universe isn't trying to test you. It's trying to guide you. That you are not here to suffer. You are here to grow, to rise, and to shine. Trust doesn't mean pretending that everything is perfect. It means knowing that even in the imperfection, there is purpose. Even in the delay, there is direction. Even in the loss, there is a deeper gain. When you trust, you no longer resist what is. You allow it, you soften into it. And from that softening, healing begins. Think about how much energy you spend in worry. Worry about the future, about money, about relationships, about how things will turn out. Fear drains your power because it keeps you focused on what could go wrong. But trust brings you back to the present moment. It says, I may not have all the answers, but I believe I am guided. It says, I may not know how this will unfold, but I know something beautiful is being arranged for me behind the scenes. That kind of faith is not weakness. It is the strongest force in the universe. When you shift into trust, you begin to release the need to control. You stop forcing outcomes and start allowing blessings. You stop chasing love and begin attracting it. You stop begging for attention and start radiating confidence. And everything around you responds to that energy shift. Opportunities start finding you. People treat you differently. Your body heals faster. Your mind becomes clearer, and life starts to flow. Trust is also a deep act of self-love. When you trust yourself, you give yourself permission to rest. You stop pushing yourself to prove your worth. You stop questioning every decision. You start honoring your feelings, your timing, and your journey. And that inner peace reflects outward in all areas of your life. It's not about never feeling fear again. It's about recognizing when fear arises, pausing and choosing trust instead. You might say to yourself, I feel afraid right now, but I choose to believe something greater is at work. That's the moment where transformation begins. That's where you reclaim your power. You can practice this shift every day in small ways. When you're faced with uncertainty, choose trust. When something doesn't go as planned, choose trust. When you're tempted to spiral into worry, place your hand on your heart and say, I trust the process of life. Over time, these small choices will rewire your nervous system, strengthen your faith, and shift your entire vibration. And remember, trust is not about ignoring reality. It's about choosing a perspective that empowers you. It's about deciding that no matter what happens, you are supported, loved, and being led toward your highest good. Even when it's hard to see the path, you know the light is still there. So take a deep breath right now. Let go of the tension. Let go of the need to figure everything out. Just for this moment, surrender the weight you've been carrying. Give it to life. Give it to the universe. And say to yourself, I trust, I am safe, I am being guided. All is unfolding in perfect timing. This is the shift that changes everything. Not just your circumstances, but your experience of them. Not just your outer world, but your inner peace. And that is the most powerful transformation of all. You are not stuck, though it may feel that way. You are not lost, broken, or forgotten. What you are is in transition. You are being gently, divinely called into a higher version of yourself. One that you may not yet fully recognize, but one that already exists within you. The sensation of being stuck is not a punishment. It is a pause, a sacred space between who you once were and who you are now becoming. Life has a rhythm, and sometimes that rhythm includes moments of stillness. Moments where nothing seems to move, no doors seem to open, and you feel like you're wandering in circles. But these are not wasted seasons. These are preparation. These are inner alignments. These are sacred recalibrations happening beneath the surface of your awareness. And though you may not see the growth just yet, trust that it is unfolding exactly as it should. When you feel stuck, your mind may begin to panic. It tells you that you're falling behind, that you've missed your chance, that others are passing you by. But those are just the voices of old fear trying to protect you. Thank them, but don't believe them. You are not behind. You are right on time. Your journey is not meant to mirror anyone else's. Your path is sacred and uniquely tailored to the lessons, healing, and expansion your soul came here to experience. In this stillness, life is not withholding from you. Life is guiding you inward. It is asking you to let go of what no longer serves. It is showing you the outdated beliefs that can't come with you into the next chapter. It is pointing to the old wounds that are ready to be healed. And most importantly, it is asking you to stop searching outside of yourself for your worth, your power, and your peace. When things feel like they're not moving, often it's because your spirit is growing too big for the old container. You've outgrown something, an identity, a relationship, a pattern, and the next level is waiting for your readiness. Not readiness in perfection, but in willingness. Willingness to rise. Willingness to trust. Willingness to release what is safe but small for what is unknown but expansive. This calling to rise higher does not come through pressure or force. It comes through deep, quiet invitations, through inner nudges that whisper, there is more for you. It might come through frustration, restlessness, or even exhaustion. These aren't signs of failure. They're signs of evolution. They are the soul's way of saying, you've done beautiful work here, but it's time to stretch. It's time to fly. You are not stuck. You are being upgraded, realigned, rewired. And that process takes time, patience, and gentleness. Like a seed breaking open beneath the soil. You may not yet see the bloom, but that doesn't mean it isn't happening. Trust the pause. Trust the quiet. Use this time to go inward, to reconnect with your truth, to ask yourself what you really want, not what the world expects, not what fear demands, but what your soul longs for. And as you reconnect with that desire, let it light a fire within you. Let it remind you of who you really are, a powerful creator, a divine being, a radiant soul capable of transformation and rebirth. Even when nothing seems to change on the outside, you can shift your energy on the inside. You can choose a new thought. You can speak a kind word to yourself. You can take one gentle action toward your vision. These small acts are not insignificant. They are momentum. They are sacred signals to the universe that you are ready to receive. If you could see what life has planned for you, if you could peek behind the veil and glimpse the beauty that's being woven, you wouldn't doubt this season. You would breathe, you would relax, you would say, I may not understand it yet, but I trust that I am exactly where I need to be. So let this be a moment of remembrance. You are not stuck, you are not forgotten. You are not being punished. You are being prepared. Life is getting ready to show you just how magical it can be when you surrender the struggle and rise into your light. Every ending is a beginning in disguise. Every delay holds a divine purpose, and every so-called obstacle is actually a doorway to the higher path meant for you. Don't give up. Don't shrink. Don't dim your light just because things feel unclear. This is your awakening. This is your rising. This is your moment to trust that something beautiful is becoming. Within you, around you, and for you. You are not stuck. You are just being called higher. Your words are spells. Every sentence you speak, every thought you repeat, every whisper you utter under your breath is shaping the energy of your life. Words are not empty. They carry vibration, intention, and creation. They are tools of manifestation, whether you realize it or not. This is why you must speak with care. Not fearfully, but consciously, lovingly, and with great tenderness. The things you say about yourself and your life aren't just passing comments. They are instructions to the universe. When you say, nothing ever works out for me, that's a spell. When you say, I always get sick, that's a spell. When you say, I can't afford it, or I'm just unlucky in love, you are not describing your life, you are prescribing it. And your body, your mind, your energy field, all of it listens and obeys. But here is the most beautiful truth. You can change your life by changing your language. You can choose to speak life instead of lack. You can choose to affirm healing, joy, peace, and abundance. Right here, right now. Your words can become a balm, a light, a force of transformation. When you speak kindly to yourself, you align with love. When you say, I am learning, instead of, I'm such a failure, you shift your vibration. When you say, I am open to miracles, instead of, nothing good ever happens to me, you invite grace to enter. These tiny choices in speech may seem insignificant, but they are powerful acts of self-care and creation. Think about how you speak when you're frustrated or tired. Do you curse your life? Do you call yourself names? Do you replay harsh words that others have spoken over you, unknowingly reinforcing them? Now imagine if you stopped and asked yourself, would I speak this way to someone I love? If the answer is no, then you don't deserve it either. You deserve words that lift, heal, and empower. This is not about denying your feelings or pretending to be positive when you're hurting. It's about honoring your emotions while choosing language that supports your healing. You can say, this is hard, but I am strong. You can say, I feel sad, but I trust better days are coming. You can be honest and hopeful. That is where the magic lies. It's also important to notice the words you use when you speak about others. Gossip, criticism, and judgment may feel momentarily satisfying, but they lower your vibration and bind you to negativity. When you speak ill of others, you carry that energy within yourself. But when you choose compassion, When you speak with grace, even about those who hurt you, you set yourself free. Every word you speak is like a seed. Some grow weeds, others grow flowers. You get to choose what you plant. With every word, you are casting votes for the life you want to live. So why not make them words of power, peace, and beauty? Try beginning your day with intention. Before you reach for your phone or run through your to-do list, take a moment to say something loving. Today is a gift. I am grateful for another chance to grow. I welcome peace into my heart. It doesn't have to be long or poetic. It just needs to be true. Say it out loud and say it with love. And when challenges come, and they will, use your words as your shield and sword. Say, I am protected. I will find my way. I have overcome before, and I will rise again. Let your language be a declaration of faith. Even when you can't yet see the path ahead, there is so much power in speaking out loud what you want to create. Declare your dreams. Bless your home. Thank your body. Speak abundance into your finances. Speak peace into your relationships. And most importantly, speak love into your own soul. You are listening. Every cell in your body is listening. Your inner child is listening. Your future self is listening. What do you want them to hear? Let them hear that they are loved, that they are worthy, that they are safe. Let them hear that life is getting better every day, that beautiful things are coming, and that they are supported by unseen forces of light and grace. Your words are not just words, they are blueprints. They build or they break. They bless or they burden. Choose the ones that build. Choose the ones that bless. Speak with care, dear soul. Speak with love. Because your words are spells, and you are the magician. Everything in this universe is energy, and your vibration is the signal you constantly send out. It is invisible, yet deeply felt. It speaks louder than words, clearer than actions. Your vibration is the frequency of your thoughts, your emotions, your beliefs, and your expectations. It is your personal broadcast, and life responds to it with absolute precision. You may not always realize it, but what you think and feel daily forms the energetic atmosphere around you. This is why you might notice how some people walk into a room and instantly uplift it, while others seem to drain the air. It's not magic, it's vibration. And the beautiful part is, you are not a victim of your energy. You are its creator. When you raise your vibration, everything in your world begins to shift. Opportunities that once seemed far away begin to appear. The right people show up. The timing aligns. Solutions arrive. Life begins to mirror your new energy back to you in the form of synchronicities, blessings, and unexpected breakthroughs. And yet, many people spend their time trying to change the outside world without first tending to their inner energy. They chase results, control outcomes, and try to fix situations from the surface level. But real lasting change begins within. If your vibration is filled with doubt, fear, or resistance, then even the best plans may fall apart. But when your vibration is aligned with trust, gratitude, and love, even the most uncertain circumstances can shift in your favor. Everything responds to your vibration, not to your words, not to your effort, but to your energy. That's why you can say, I'm fine. But if your energy is anxious or fearful, that's what gets picked up. That's why you can work tirelessly toward a goal. But if you carry a belief that you're not worthy of success, it may always feel just out of reach. It's not about trying harder. It's about aligning deeper. Your vibration is shaped by your thoughts. Every time you think a loving thought, your vibration lifts. Every time you hold gratitude, you attract more to be grateful for. Every time you affirm your worth, your life begins to reflect that worth back to you. These are not empty practices. They are the most powerful tools you have. Your vibration is also shaped by your feelings. This doesn't mean you have to feel happy all the time. That's not realistic, nor is it required. But feeling your emotions with honesty and then gently guiding yourself toward peace creates healing. Ignoring pain lowers your vibration, but facing it with compassion lifts it. Even your tears can be cleansing. Even your sadness can carry wisdom. The key is not to stay stuck in low frequencies, but to honor them, learn from them, and rise. Your body feels your vibration. When you're aligned with peace, your body relaxes. Your sleep deepens. Your immune system strengthens. But when you're living in stress and tension, your body tightens. Your breathing becomes shallow. Your energy gets depleted. This is why tending to your inner state is not just a spiritual practice. It's a form of physical healing. The people around you also respond to your vibration. Without a word, you teach others how to treat you based on the energy you carry. When you vibrate from a place of self-worth, people feel that. When you radiate self-respect, you attract respect in return. Relationships that once drained you begin to fade, and new connections aligned with your higher self begin to appear. Even your finances respond to your vibration. If you constantly affirm lack, scarcity, or fear around money, it becomes difficult to receive abundance. But when you shift into gratitude, trust, and openness, money flows more easily. It's not just about action. It's about alignment. It's about feeling abundant now before the evidence appears. Nature itself responds to your vibration. Animals sense it. Plants thrive around peaceful energy. Even the weather can feel softer when your heart is calm. You are not separate from life. You are part of the web, and your frequency ripples through everything you touch. So if life feels heavy, don't blame the world. Ask yourself gently, what vibration am I offering right now? And then, without judgment, shift it. You can shift it through breath, through movement, through stillness, through prayer, through affirmations, through laughter, through tears, through presence. You are never stuck. Your vibration is always yours to choose. Everything responds to your vibration. It is your most sacred offering to the world. And the more you tune it with love, clarity, peace, and trust, the more life reflects those qualities back to you. It doesn't happen all at once, but the shift begins the moment you decide. So rise into the vibration of your dreams. Speak like the version of you who already has them. Feel the joy now. Believe in the unseen. Trust the timing. And watch as life responds to the energy of your soul. Let this be the day you choose to rise. Not because everything is perfect. Not because all your problems have vanished. But because you are ready. Ready to meet yourself with more kindness. Ready to stop waiting for the world to give you permission. Ready to stop shrinking to fit into places your soul has already outgrown. You don't need another sign. You don't need anyone's approval. The power to rise is already within you. You have lived enough days in self-doubt. You have carried the weight of comparison, the H of not enoughness, the burden of proving your worth, and still you have survived. Still, you are here. That alone means there is more for you. There is something within you that no pain could destroy, no setback could erase, no judgment could define. And now, that part of you is asking to be seen, to be heard, to be lived. You don't rise all at once. You rise moment by moment. You rise when you choose peace over panic. You rise when you choose rest instead of burnout. You rise when you speak lovingly to yourself in the mirror, when you hold yourself through the tears, when you walk away from what dims your light and lean into what ignites your soul. Rising is not a performance. It's a return to your truth, your strength, your voice. Even if yesterday felt heavy, even if you didn't know how to begin, today is new. Today holds possibility. Today is a blank page. You don't need to carry the energy of your past into this moment. You don't need to be defined by old patterns, past failures, or things you wish you'd done differently. The past is a place of learning, not a place to live. Every breath you take now is a step forward, a chance to start again. You rise when you remember you are not broken. You may have been wounded, disappointed, misunderstood, but you are not broken. You are healing. You are unfolding. You are becoming. And every experience, even the ones that hurt the most, has carved depth into your spirit. You are wiser now, stronger, more compassionate. And those qualities are not weaknesses. They are evidence of your transformation. Rise not because life is easy, but because you are no longer willing to let fear, doubt, or the voices of the past control your destiny. Rise because you are ready to choose yourself, to honor your needs, to speak your truth, to walk your own path, even if it looks different from what others expect. There is great courage in listening to your inner knowing and honoring what it says. There may still be fear. There may still be uncertainty. That's okay. You don't have to have everything figured out to take the first step. You don't have to wait for fear to leave. You just have to take fear by the hand and walk forward anyway. The path will reveal itself as you go. You are not walking alone. Life will meet you, support you, and rise to match your intention. Let today be the day you stop playing small. Let today be the day you stop apologizing for your light. Let today be the day you stop watering yourself down so others feel comfortable. You were not born to blend in. You were born to shine, to create, to love, to grow, to inspire. And you don't need to earn that right. It is already yours. Speak your dreams out loud. Even if your voice trembles, speak them. Write down what you desire. Not what you think is realistic, but what sets your soul on fire. Give your heart space to imagine. That is the first act of rising, believing that more is possible. And when doubt comes, as it surely will, return to your center. Remind yourself, I am not too late. I am not too broken. I am not too far gone. I am exactly where I need to be. I am allowed to begin again. I am allowed to rise. Let this be the day you shift your energy, the day you decide to treat yourself with tenderness, the day you see yourself as worthy, without condition, without proof. Let this be the day you show up for the life that's been waiting for you all along. The world doesn't need you to be perfect. It needs you to be present. It needs you to rise in your truth, in your courage, in your light. So rise, not because the path is clear, but because your heart is ready. Rise, not to prove anything, but to remember who you are. Rise, because today is a gift, and so are you.